Jessica is in Canada. Hi, Jessica. How are you?
Hi, Dave and Rachel. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I'm currently on baby step number 2. I'm $60,000 in debt. I recently started listening to you, so I'm being intentional. I'm going at it gazelle intense, and I've paid off $12,000 so far.
Nice.
Thanks. So I grew up with a very unstable home when it comes to money. My mother is a very big spender, and she never, ever had enough money for the month. While I don't blame anyone else but myself for my bad financial decisions, she's the one who sort of pushed me or guided me in the direction to make poor financial decisions, and all my debt I have is credit cards and loans. So now that I'm being very frugal, she thinks I'm completely crazy, and she was pushing me to file for bankruptcy, and every time I see her, it's a constant battle because we're on different pages, and I can't seem to make her understand that what she's teaching is wrong and what she's doing is wrong. So I wanted to know your input on how to approach that situation.
How old are you, Jessica?
I'm 28.
28, okay. Well, the hard part about the relational aspect of money is that some people just don't understand. And the hard thing is you can't control them to force them to see that they are wrong. So I would say on her end, and unless she's asking and wanting to learn, I wouldn't push, your stuff on her because she's not asking, and you talking about it, unless it's celebratory and you're like, hey mom, I just paid this off and I'm excited. And you have that kind of conversation knowing that it's probably she's probably not going to have the best response. I would probably just leave finances out of the discussion. If she keeps bringing it up, then there needs to be a boundary put in place because it's not worth the strain on your relationship. You're doing something that is wise with your money and you're going down this journey. She doesn't agree. And so being able to put up a boundary and say, hey mom, since you keep bringing it up, this is what I'm doing. I'm 28 years old. This is why I'm doing this, because I want stability. I want peace. I want money in the bank. And you can give her your reasons why and say, and if you don't understand, that's okay. But I need your respect enough for me not to negatively keep talking to me. Do you know what I mean? Just having that.
Sometimes you have to just have a boundary that says we can't talk about this subject because if we are going to talk about this subject, we are not going to do well, and I'd rather do well. I'd rather have the relationship. For instance, I have a relative that votes wrong. They just vote for the wrong people every time. They have a knack for it, and they blindly vote for one party regardless. And which I have no use for voting wrong or voting for the wrong party regardless, or voting for a party regardless. No matter what, I vote for that party. No, that's just ridiculous. And so, but I love them. And what I have figured out is they're not going to change. And so just constantly berating them about it is not going to help. And talking to them about it is not going to help because it makes me mad. So the best thing to do is just not talk about politics with that relative because they're just wrong. And that's kind of what you may have to do with your mom is just like, Mom, I can't talk about money with you because you and I don't agree on this, and we're just going to find something else to talk about because we love each other. And it's just, how's the weather? How about them Titans? It's just, it's just, how about that football team? You just kind of find something else. And you put that boundary in place like Rachel's saying, but it's very difficult to do. And probably the most difficult boundary is mother to grown daughter. That is one of the more difficult relationship boundaries because both are relationship animals and they feel entitled. They feel like they have rights to speak into each other's lives. And so they don't, sometimes they just don't do well with it. And it's okay to set some boundaries in place.
And Jessica, I would say for you, I heard a little bit of your tone and the way you even framed up the question that there's a little bit of hurt and resentment towards your mom. You said the way I handle money today is because of what I learned from her, and I'm just in a terrible spot because of it. And so there is this interesting dynamic now that you are a grown adult and you're working through, oh, wow, my mom, did things in my childhood that I don't agree with. And now, because that's how I was raised, I almost just didn't even know to do any better. So that's how you got to this place. And
but I'm glad you're changing everything because there's a rule Jessica, and the rule is once you're 30, you can't blame your parents anymore.
Okay, you always say that. I don't agree. It's not that I put blame, but there is real hurt and things that go on.
No, I know,
and so,
I know, but you can't blame them. You can be hurt, but you can't blame them.
Here's my quote. I love this quote. When it comes to talking about your parents, you're not here to bash them. And I heard a little bit, right? Like, we're not here to bash them. We're not here to defend them. We're here to tell the truth. So tell the truth, Jessica. Like, tell the truth of what you experience and then learn from that and grow. And so I think both of the other ends, extreme, are unhealthy because you're not getting to the root emotion of your mom. So there's a relational aspect there too, Jessica, I would really dig into. And if there's a level of hurt and resentment, you may talk to someone about that. I mean, I think all of that is very healthy.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
You always say that. Once you're 30, you can't blame your parents.
Well, you can't. You can't. It's not. You're not blaming them. Okay.
Not blaming.
Okay.
But,
then we're in agreement. You just don't like the statement.
But awareness that once you're past 30, you can still have hurt from your parents.
You can have hurt, but you can't blame them.
But I'm not speaking out of experience.
Yeah.
He has never, ever done anything.
Yeah, look. Oh, yeah.
We should start a new radio show.
Yeah, we'll just start a new one here.
Confessions. Confessions of the Ramseys.
So there's a difference in hurt and blame, though.
All right, Dr. John Deloney, tell me.
Well, you can still you can be hurt.
Yes.
And admit that there's a wound there.
Yes.
But you can no longer let that be the reason that you're not winning.
Yes, 100%.
That's what I mean. You can't blame them.
100%.
It's not blame is it's someone else's fault. I'm not winning.
Yes.
And that is not your parents' fault. You're not winning once you're 30. It's your fault.
I don't know why you keep saying 30.
It's just I just made it up. It's not a scientific fact. It's just a Davism.
All right,
she's got 28. She's got 2 years to go. She's still okay.
Oh, good. Yeah, Jessica.
You got plenty of time, Jessica. You're gonna make it. Oh, crud.